you're going to hear all kinds of propaganda. You're going to hear all kinds of lies and deception. There will be tactics used to try and buy you out. There will be tactics used to try and frighten you away. And I only have to say one thing to you tonight, comrades. We are blood and fire comrades, and we're marching on to progress.
Remember that.
And we will stand firm.
Remember that.
We will not be bought because we are not for sale.
Big up on yourself, man. Big up on yourself, man. Big up on yourself. I feel like more start about that thing, yeah.
We're on the move now. Yes, sir. Like an idea whose time has come.
Yes, sir.
Not even the marching of mighty armies can halt us.
Yes, sir.
We're moving to the land of freedom.
Yes, sir.
I know you're asking today, how long will it take? Somebody's asking, how long will prejudice blind the visions of men? I come to say to you this afternoon, however difficult the moment,
Yes, sir.
however frustrating the hour, it will not be long, because truth crushed earth will rise again.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
Yes, sir.
Because no lie can live forever.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Because you shall reap what you sow.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
How long?
Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne.
Yes, sir.
Yet that scaffold sways the future.
Yes.
Behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadow, keeping watch above his own. How long? Not long. Because the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
Yes, sir.
How long? Not long.
Not long.
Because mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
He's trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He's loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword.
Yes, sir.
His truth is marching on.
Yes, sir.
He has sounded forth the trumpet that shall never call retreat. He is sifting out the hearts of men before his judgment seat. Oh, be swift, my soul, to answer him. Be jubilant, my feet. Our God is marching on. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah.
You know the world needs prayer.
Heal them, man.
I want to hear them prayer. This world need prayer. Evil man me tell them say, please to retire. Prayer, this world need prayer.
Prayer.
Wicked man them time expire. I push now say prayer. This world need prayer. Wicked man me tell you say, please to retire. Prayer, this world need prayer. Self-reliance take them higher. Alright, say too much murderer and too much liar. Everywhere we turn, the evil man a conspire.
Yeah.
Really want to do what the wicked man desire. Continue same way, this place will be on fire. No make sense, you live and do vain things. Every day is like it's the same thing. Yes, we need more loving and caring. People need a better life, we need some change. Science I say prayer.
Prayer.
We need prayer. Evil man me tell you say, please to retire. Prayer, this world need prayer. Evil man them time expire. Alright, I'm gonna get mixed up in a raw deal. Sit down and a take another man meal. Enough get harder fi take life and steal. Well, who give the harder? Who set the deal? I go and ask them all who they feel. Make you find out the will of them not real. Who can't hear them surely shall feel. And just like
Right,
I'm an dig a ditch, better dig.
Angel, listen.
That when them hear me dropping, can't jump in off a hit. I'm an dig a ditch, better dig cool it. That's when the enemies dropping, can't jump in off a hit. Them and them nastiness, them and them hurtingness, them and them wickedness, them over killingness, them and them rapingness, and them slacknessness, them and them crawlingness. Hey, I'm me kiddies. I'm an dig a ditch, better dig cool ditch. When him dropping, I hit him, enemy jumping off him. And I dig a ditch, him better dig two ditch. When him enemy drop, jumping off him.
All about the pain and struggle, but we face up. No love and no them not share. Mr. Greedy want everything in a
Angel, listen.
road why you them as speed.
Start another vibe.
Put out a way plate.
Can I tell you?
Don't jump to the address my way gate, but we keep on rising. I complain till never go down.
No way.
Song go get a prayer. Always bring us through. I get a prayer. Everything we self-reliant. Yeah, man. World need prayer. I push now. See me, I say.
Can I tell you? The world need prayer.
Heal them, man.
So how you go?
It's
world need prayer.
Evil man, me tell them, say, please to retire. Prayer,
It's
this world need prayer.
Prayer.
Wicked man, them time expire. I push now, say prayer,
This
this
world
world
need
need
prayer.
prayer. Wicked man, me tell you, say, please to retire.
Prayer,
Prayer, this
this
world
world
need
need
prayer.
prayer.
Self-reliance take them higher. Alright, say too much murderer and too much liar.
Hey.
Everywhere we turn, the evil man a conspire.
Yeah.
Really want to do what the wicked man desire. Continue same way, this place will be on fire. No
Yeah.
make sense, you live and do vain things. Every day is like it's the same thing.
Listen, me no man, every day it's come like the same thing. And last night, me I watch Andre Stevenson. And me hear a virgin come on pan it name Ed Boy. And him talk some things when I been a talk from the get-go. Me say, me I watch Andre Stevenson last night. And a virgin will come on him thing named Ed Boy. I talk some things. And I been a talk them things from the get-go. So, for all who are watch me and the deep divers, I want you to listen to the conversation here and look upon the same thing. Just listen to the video entirely. Listen to this.
Where are those doctors?
I am saying so with no water in my mouth. Now, teacher, I'm not going to preempt you, but something came up today that really messed me up. And I have not been able to recover since.
What is that?
How on earth, because this is the band of the Israelis, you know. All we see doing the nastiness in Jamaica, they are tied to the Zionists in Jerusalem.
Mighty God.
I want to listen to the
They
conversation
brought
and
in
deep
40
divers.
doctors from
Listen
Israel.
this.
And I want to ask,
Where are those
Dana
doctors?
Morrison- I don't know where them send them, but I want to ask Dana Morrison Dixon and Arbin Hill to come to the front of the line. Arbin who can't go to the Middle East because they hold him down there and lock him up.
Mighty God.
I don't know if I remember say the time when Andrew Jones go down to Israel go kiss the wailing wall. I did him Arbin Hill and Nigel Clark. You remember? When I go up and Google and look. Listen.
That's why we can't get no investment from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, or the UAE. Imagine, Jamaica is a well-respected country. Them having the largest musical festival in Saudi Arabia now, and not one Jamaican artist has been invited.
Something all right. Mhm.
Not one.
Yes.
Now, I want to ask, are these doctors, purported doctors, did you check their background to see if they were trained Mossad agents?
Trained what? Agents?
Mossad. Mossad is the American version of CIA, the Israel version of the CIA.
The Mossad agents.
No,
Mighty God.
I'll tell you why. They were invited. I can tell you, Arbin is who is pushing for them to come. Arbin along with the...
Remember from the get-go, me telling you say, them Israel doctor are spy. I'm not telling you. So you have to be careful of them. I'm showing you some different things will come out about these people. We are pretending to be doctor and me say them they get involved in some, them get caught up in some organ harvesting, illegal organ harvesting. I want to listen to this thing here, you know.
Enrique's family. I'm not afraid to say it.
Why?
I'm not afraid to, but I am saying to Philip Enriquez and to the Matalans, who I respect very well, who are Jews and I respect their religion, that those 40 people can go and operate on them, but not on my people in Jamaica. Yeah? Let them go operate on the
So
Jews
you're saying Mossad
in
agents
Jamaica.
are in Jamaica?
They are Mossad agents.
So
And
where
what
are
they
those?
do
Where
is-
are those 40 Israeli doctors?
They are spread out in every single parish. By the way, they didn't come to the medicine. Them come for the land survey.
What
Them
you
come
said?
to do technical land survey.
Induce. What the Prime Minister say? Induce what? Induce. Invest. So when did it say?
Induce investments are to bring in new investments. Now, why is Jamaica tying itself up with a regime in Israel that is unaliving children? That yesterday unalived 2 young men who were going to pick up sticks in the West Bank. Yeah, I am saying to you, teacher, we are seeing a force that is coming in Jamaica that has never come there before.
So you say
Never been welcomed
Zionists
before.
and Mossad agents are in this country.
They are in the country and they are invited not only by Arbin and Dana Morrison Dixon,
Listen this.
but by the bankman, by the banker. Let me tell you why I say by the banker. Remember the banker went to Israel
Yes.
on a tour?
Yes.
And when they went on a tour, they come back to them more land to plant and them going to give 40 young people to
Yes.
plant over by the old factory there in
Olaba.
in Fitzjackson. In Fitzjackson's constituency, because it's Fitz constituency, not Wami.
Clifton.
40.
Yes.
So I'm asking the question,
Alright,
why is
big
this
up yourself.
40 number
Listen
so
this.
important? Because it was 40 students who went to Israel to train. Now it's 40 Israelis coming to Jamaica.
So
to
what is
help.
the spiritual meaning behind the 40?
Listen.
You understand that 40 is an apostolic governance?
40 is an
You
apostolic
understand
governance.
that? And it's
Yeah.
also domination. 40 represents the unsettled issues in Israel. Remember that when the tribes were being numbered, for 40 years they didn't come together. It took them 40 years for the tribe of Israel to fully come together. Yeah?
That's true.
No, let me tell you,
Deep
these
divers.
guys are not to be played with. They are not to be played with, and I'm asking the people of Jamaica to, anywhere you see them, ball out free Palestine, and you see how them run. Yeah?
Really?
These are Mossad agents. Mossad in
When I hear
Jamaica
this,
on our
remember me
soil.
telling you that I'm a spy from the get-go.
Well,
No doctor. The same Cuban medical brigade that them run out of Jamaica.
And apart from Andrea and Ed Boy, you have other people. So I get some feel suspicious about these group of people. We can't let go into the island. Me say me want the people them say, yo, don't trust this group of people that come from Israel. Don't trust them. See it? Your head boy come out and attack. And I go and listen.
At least these are trained doctors. What Mossad does, most of who are trained in Israel as doctors were trained in the army, in the IDF.
If you remember, I'm known in the comment section.
So they're agents.
A long time I tell them about
They're
these people.
agents.
Cannot
No,
be trusted.
if you check them, none of them study in America.
Wow.
None of them study elsewhere but in Israel. Go and check it. We have a Zionist regime in Jamaica who is willing to sell them soul. I tell you, it's a sellout government in Jamaica,
Mighty God.
The people of Jamaica watch.
You have revealed a lot tonight.
Anyway, brother, continue to.
Revealed a lot tonight.
Anyway, brother, continue to fire your shots tonight. But Floyd, I can't come and don't say nothing about Floyd. Floyd,
Hear this about Floyd Green.
behave yourself. You and your questionable permanent secretary, who everybody in St. Mary know him. I mean, young men know him, and I'm not referring to women. Everybody know him. You and your PS go sit down. The best thing.
So when Floyd Green a call I text off Andre's phone. I show Floyd Green I want him look about his secret come out. Because he knows the people will call Andre and tell him about Floyd Green look up dirty deeds. He look up backdoor deal deeds. Anyway, I'm not continuing on this.
What you want to do is leave Andre. Floyd, remember have your file. Remember know the woman mother. Remember know the girl.
And Floyd Green, when I hear Ed Boy talk about file, him not talk about machete file. Him talk about the thing when in your closet where you don't want nobody to know about. Careful.
Girl's mother and know what happened with the laptop. We have your file. Behave yourself. You're a good youth, but you have become unruly. We're going to fix you. And a matter of fact, you all quash the liar who in the lodge. Right? Because that's why many people, I was invited to the lodge, but I could never go there too much Batman there.
Breaking news that's just coming out of Israel this hour, okay?
And when I hear too much environment and Arlanda Turlang and Andrew Wellness and Cliff Hughes and George Davis and Alcott and Marlon Morgan, too much of them join it, them type of swim around there. Anyway, I want to hear what the youth have to say about them Israel doctors, them so-called Israel doctors, and Jonas leg up on the island like guinea pig.
And Jamaica, regarding to the hurricane that happened in Jamaica, Israel are sending 40 of their medical staff to help in Jamaica. And this have got a lot of people talking on social media. Why? A lot of people are saying because of this. You remember when Israeli doctors were being accused, their pathologists were being accused of harvesting organs of innocent patients within their care. Yes, you heard that right. So a lot of people are going on X, previously known as Twitter, and making complaint that Jamaicans should be very careful who they allow into their country to come and help them, because most of these Israeli doctors might actually be an agent, Mossad agent, coming to harvest the heart of their people in Jamaica. A lot of people are also pointing on to the fact that Israel have been accused before of putting contraceptive pill into medication food for Ethiopian women so that they won't be able to have children anymore. So people are warning that.
On here, what them I do to the Ethiopian woman them so they can't have children anymore. One for not here because some secretary for Israel, you know, in America said the biggest threat to Israel is this new generation of black. This young generation of black are the biggest threat to them. The young generation of black. And one time, these slave catcher where thief the election the 3rd of September. The Andrew a slave catcher, you know. Andrew is a slave catcher. The entire Labour Party is a slave catcher. All of them are slave catcher. Saying, we hear what them doing. Listen, I'm going to play back the local part of the phone now. Where they? I have to play back the local part of the phone now. Where am they? Where am they? I have to play it back. Because they never done talk. So you have to be careful of them. You have to be very careful of them. Be very, very careful of them. Where am gone? Where am gone? I'm never done talking now. I have so much things. So much things for sure now. Huh? So much things to show now. Where am I gone? Be careful of these slave catcher. Tell them about them, man. Tell them about them. Tell them about them. Yeah. I'm going to go down right back enough. Don't much by myself. Yeah. Alright then, listen.
People in Jamaica. A lot of people are also pointing on to the fact that Israel have been accused before of putting contraceptive pill into medication food for Ethiopian women so that they won't be able to have children anymore. So people are warning that Israel is sending their medical staff to go to Jamaica to help them with their military, to their rescue operation due to their hurricane that happened there. They are warning the Jamaicans not to take any medicine that is being supplied by the Israelis. You heard that right. And they are also saying that if the Israelis care so much about children and well-being, they won't be stopping thousands of aid or hundreds of aid that is heading towards the Gazan children. They're supposed to go feed the Gazan children. Because we have seen a lot of medical practitioners being among the protesters that are actually stopping aid from getting into the Gazan children. So people are saying that why is it then that they are sending their medical person to Jamaica when the children in Gaza are being left to starve to death, which is diabolical in my honest opinion. But let me know what you think about this. Do you think they are innocent medical practitioners that should be allowed to do their job, or do you think you cannot trust the Israelis even if your life is on life support?
You want to know why that change? I
don't think you for trust them even if your life depends on life support. I just don't trust these people. I don't think I'm going to trust them either. But here what you tell us, the next concern Jamaican.
Why that change? We not get change a government, but we get that change. Eh? Me not to have nothing to say now. Cause me get to find out say talk good for people, them still chastise you and bring you down. But we good old Cuban doctor, them warm to them. Them not good enough, and them is the best. Warm to Cuban doctor, them we always get to come out upon ship and a deal with it. Eh? Wagwan, this a big change, you know. One bag of white gown people in a white looking people. Warm people do a black not good enough for black. Eh? Look how we gone. Me not to have nothing to say no, but all me can say, and try remember say, them your people here, you know, and them run over so. I can teach you and tell you that, but Jamaicans each to them own, you know. Depend on no one, you know, not really care for you, know, cause not care about each other, you know. Well, not everybody still, you see me? But yeah, we are talk good and I do good for people, and people still are look ways for put bad inside. You see me? So, I gotta love it out, but we wanna know why this. Why this? Somebody make me understand still, but I don't really have nothing to say. They say it there.
What wanna think? What wanna think? Perilous time. Perilous time. I want to hear this from the Prime Minister, Mark Gordon. Listen to this.
Greetings, Jamaica. Today I want to speak to you about some important issues of governance that are topical at the present time and that I'm finding troubling. There's a whole question of bureaucracy. And
I want to say Andrew one is bad for business and he can't stay. It doesn't matter when though, he can't stay. Yeah man, no matter when though. Listen to this here.
The integrity of Jamaica's civil service. Now, the position of permanent secretary is the senior position in the civil service in any ministry. It is a permanent post for the career of that person, that officer who's appointed. That's why it's called permanent secretary. That person runs the ministry from an administrative perspective, from government to government, whichever party forms the government. So it's very important, and it is the tradition and the convention in our system, that permanent secretaries are independent, non-partisan, non-political, above reproach. Now, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Energy, Telecommunications and Transport retired effective December last year. And a new person has been appointed as the permanent secretary. That person is Khadijah Campbell Rochester. Now, Mrs. Campbell Rochester formerly was in charge at the Constituency Development Fund unit within the Office of the Prime Minister. But she is somebody who has had a close association with an MP. In fact, the MP is Andrew Holness, Prime Minister.
When I hear this?
She was the director of his NGO, his non-profit, Positive Jamaica Foundation, which was called up in the Integrity Commission report on his affairs.
When I hear
he was also, I believe, a director of the West Central St. Andrew Trust, another NGO that he has in relation to his constituency. How can it be right that somebody that is so closely involved in the governance of the arrangements, or was so closely involved in the governance of the arrangements for somebody's constituency, being appointed a permanent secretary in the civil service? It doesn't look right to me, and I'm bringing it to your attention. Of course, there's the broader question of the wife of the head of government, the wife of the prime minister, being appointed the umpire of the affairs of parliament, the legislature, as Speaker of the House. Again, how can that be right? The tradition in our system of government is that the Speaker is an independent person. Even if they come from one side or the other, they are supposed to act impartially and independently to ensure even-handedness and fairness.
This permanent secretary lady, she can't go, she can't work. She has a conflict of interest. She biased because she has labor right. And she get mixed up in Andrew Holness corruption. and a sheep. Andrew look like Andrew wants to take drugs or something. Andrew must under drugs. Andrew have to be a fully blown cokehead.
The conduct of parliamentary affairs. How can it be right that the wife of the head of government, the Prime Minister's wife, is the umpire in Parliament in the form of the Speaker? We objected to this strongly when the decision was announced that she was going to be reappointed Speaker after the last election. Despite our objections, the appointment went ahead. Again, doesn't look right. It isn't really consistent with the way in which the Westminster system of democracy, which is what we adhere to, ought to function. The last point I want to address is this JPS $150 million loan. Now, all of us, want to see electricity restored to all Jamaicans as quickly as possible after Melissa. And I express my sympathies for anyone who is still without electricity. We had raised the question, though, because the minister came to Parliament in December and said that the funding required to restore the grid was $350 million at least. And yet the amount of money that the government was going to provide was $150 million. Now, remember, the government's a 20% shareholder in JPS. The other 80% is owned by two overseas companies, Marubeni of Japan, East West Power of South Korea. They weren't putting any money up for the restoration because the minister had given a notice earlier in 2025 saying that their license was coming to an end and wouldn't be renewed in 2027. So they didn't have any security that they would still be in charge of Jamaica's electricity grid come 2027, and they weren't going to put up any money without any security. So the government was putting up money far beyond its 20%, but still at least $200 million less than the minister told us was needed to fix the grid. We asked him, how is it a good idea to put some funding in without knowing how the necessary amount would be reached and obtained? He never answered that question. I asked him again on Tuesday. Again, he dodged the question. And I'm saying a matter as fundamental as this, where government's resources, which is really the proceeds of the catastrophe bond, $150 million, has been lent to company JPS that Jamaica owns 20% of, in a scenario where we're told that the necessary resources to do the job is $350 million, so it's not even half of what's required. How is it a good idea to proceed without explaining how you're going to finance the full restoration project? Who is not going to have their light restored because the money can't stretch to what is needed? These questions have never been answered, despite how important this issue is to Jamaica at this time. Again, not good governance, people. We need to be vigilant. We need to stay on our toes because things are going in a direction that suggests that we have concerns that we must be vigilant about. Over to you.
Whole heap of concern, bossy. Saying, but you don't stop there. I have something more to share with you now.
Hi, I'm Senator Keelan Tomlinson. This is Scenes from the Senate. In this new series, we shall bring you the essential contributions, the pressing questions, and the often overlooked details from the upper house of Parliament. Our focus is on scrutiny and holding power to account, and also on amplifying the matters that affect communities across our nation. Today, from the opposition's standpoint, a consistent theme emerged: the quality and equity of recovery in wake of Hurricane Melissa. So, while government presentations were made, senators from our side actually sought clarity, timelines, and inclusive action. Firstly, Senator Keisha Anderson addressed the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce. The minister, after a 7-week absence, delivered an extensive case study at the recovery in Border. Senator Anderson welcomed the aid for 70 vendors and 26 fishermen there. But her questions went to the heart of national policy. What of the MSMEs in other affected communities? When will their health and dignity be restored? 90% of registered businesses are MSMEs. The situation, she argued, would be the same in all storm-affected areas. She called, in essence, for, again, a confirmed fee waiver for a year, demanded an update on DBJ's funding, and asked what dialogue has been had with key stakeholder groups such as the MSME Alliance and the Small Business Association, and also the local chambers of commerce. Her closing statement was unequivocal. MSMEs are the lifeline of communities. When they fail, communities die.
Minister Hill, today is 7 weeks since the 5th of December. At that point, we had dialogue and video on board, and don't get me wrong, I am very happy for the 70 vendors, 26 fishermen and the families that benefited from what has been done in border. I guess my disappointment is that border seems to be a very good case study of what can be done, but I wonder about the many other areas like that in the communities that were hard hit. Okay, and I really wonder if they are feeling that their dignity has been restored in this time period. And if I look wider, I think of the MSMEs as a whole across the communities that were
Mark
hard
Golden
hit.
say, who going to suffer? People in Westmoreland are going to suffer. Listen.
As I had said back in December, that the MSMEs, the small businesses or hairdressers or shopkeepers are the lifeline of any community, and if they die, then the community dies.
Continuing on post-Melissa recovery, Senator Lambert Brown raised a critical concern regarding border. He sought a definitive timeline for the construction of a protective facility to safeguard the area from the sea. He reminded the Senate that similar promises were made in 2007. So while welcoming current efforts, he demanded more than just the vague assurances that we have been getting from the administration. Furthermore, Senator Brown emphasized the need for a non-partisan approach to national recovery.
Of course.
He urged the government to move away from what he termed the my administration language. He also posed a direct question. Was the opposition spokesperson on agriculture and Member of Parliament for Eastern Westmoreland invited to recent relief efforts in border?
A part of the reason why it's named border is that it borders southwest St. Elizabeth and eastern Westmoreland. And in the national recovery, it's important that we show a bipartisan approach, a national rather than a my administration approach. And so I want to ask, was the Member of Parliament for Eastern Westmoreland and the spokesperson for the opposition on agriculture, Dr. Dayton Campbell, invited to this function?
As a community shared between two constituencies, he argued for inclusive representation moving forward. And this is essential if we are to have a very good recovery process. On education, Senator Small Ferguson sought clarity from the minister. He acknowledged an expected decline in attendance in the hardest hit parishes, but demanded the data. As the minister compiled comparative figures against pre-Melissa baselines. More importantly, what are the concrete strategies and specific targets to improve attendance? And within what timelines?
So a lot has been said about the reopening of schools, but I wondered, Minister, is there any data available re-attendance at schools in the post-Melissa period, and how that compares to what the baseline would have been prior to Melissa? The second question is, I'm anticipating that there's a difference in attendance.
Every week them for drop something new.
Affected parishes.
Every
what are the specific initiatives that the ministry is pursuing in relation to improving attendance numbers, and what kind of targets have been set, re-attendance, and over what time?
His point was clear. recovery must be measured by the return of our children to the classrooms. Finally, Senator Thame welcomed the update that all schools have resumed. She commended teachers and community members, including MP Damien Crawford, for his revolutionary Adopt a Child initiative and for the wider stakeholders who inputted their efforts. However, she turned the focus to the well-being of educators themselves. What specific efforts, she asked, are being made to support teachers still operating under the immense strain? When will schools still lacking roof, electricity and water receive these basic necessities? Hurricane Melissa, she stated, has severely disrupted education, especially in rural areas. Her call was for a clear plan detailing the real needs of our schools and a timetable for tangible and systemic improvement.
I reiterate, as I did the last time, I would like to hear from the Minister what special initiatives are being made to ensure that teachers' well-being is attended to in the post-Melissa recovery period. While I am happy about the return to the classroom, I am also especially interested in not just the return, but also what is the quality of return. In that regard, I would want to hear more about what exactly it looks like for children to be in school at this time. When should we expect that they have roofs over their heads, that they have water, that they have electricity, and that the conditions are more ideal? And in addition to that, what exactly do the conditions look like on the ground?
In a response to a follow-up question regarding Girly and Wordy books, Senator Thame raised whether the ministry is addressing gender norms that contribute to gender-based violence. If we know anything, gender-based violence is a serious problem in our society. She also asked whether the ministry has engaged experts to develop age-appropriate reading material for children. Decisions about what children should read should not be left to the personal views of any one individual, but should be guided by the professional expertise and evidence-based policy. And this is an acceptable standard. What unites these interventions is a pursuit of detail over declaration, of inclusive action over partisan presentation, and of long-term resilience over short-term remedy. The questions have been laid before the government. The country awaits the answers. For Scenes from the Senate, I'm Senator Cleveland Tomlinson. Please join us next time.
Yeah, man, and I hear what Cleveland I say. I'm a like this from Mark Golden. Every week, him to put out something. Every single week, because there's always something I keep in Jamaica with the Jamaica Labour Party. So every week we expect something from the People's National Party saying, but one I wish I'm for going first. Alright. Let's see if we can go on that one here. I want to go into something from here, so let's see which one for that one here. Yeah. So Darrell Vaz going to Parliament the other day, saying, my viewers and subscribers, a vessel where plan for go do some either drilling or exploration, saying pertaining to the Isle. So from the day we see them put out in Jamaica about tsunami. So I don't know if I threw the vessel I draw near to Walter Moran if you go start them thing why every minute you see them put out about tsunami warning, and Darrell Vaz coming to Parliament and update the Jamaican people about this vessel we are come to do some exploration in the water. Darrell Vaz will say he might the first to tell you know if any Isle find a vessel offshore Jamaica at this billion barrel Isle out of Walter Moran. Darrell Vaz don't tell nobody nothing about this. And him in a Parliament a chase like him as some girl. But listen this.
holds a 100
Start it over.
United Oil and Gas holds a 100% working interest in the highly prospective Walton Rat license offshore Jamaica, which contains over 7 billion barrels of unrisked prospective resources. The company recently announced the mobilization of a survey vessel from Trinidad, the RV Gyre, operated by TDI Brooks International, which is now en route to Jamaica to undertake a surface geochemical exploration survey across the license area. The survey is designed to acquire key seabed mapping, thermal and geochemical data
seabed mapping and
from the
testing.
presence of thermogenic hydrocarbons and further de-risk the basin. This will provide critical input to future strategic exploration decisions on this large-scale.
Darrell Vaz not update the nation about this. Darrell Vaz not update the nation about this, but may have something else to play.
Potential is huge. It's a potentially life-changing license for the island of Jamaica.
The
size, the scale, and value is truly mind-blowing. This project could be potentially 7 billion barrels of recoverable oil. It could potentially double the GDP of the island as a standalone project. It's a very close relationship with the island of Jamaica and the government, not only the host government, but the political opposition as well. Everybody's very keen and supportive to see this well drilled, purely because of the economics, the potential upside and value. The size of the prize is huge for what is a reasonably low or minimum investment. And in fact, as a demonstration of the support of the government, they've kindly...
And the thing about this thing, you know, everybody come out and talk about the bright side about this whole oil exploration, but nobody not talk about the downside. What if something go wrong? What if something go wrong? Because something can go wrong, you know, because remember the fault line, them are going to mess with the fault line, you know, and it can cause tsunami. Remember, the first them know about this thing from a long time, and then boycott it because them say the inner rarity, because if it do something like this, the entire island can get fucked. But you have one man now who say if you choose Jamaica, not the people them, you know, choose the island. So, wanna listen to this?
Hosted us this evening for this evening's shareholder event.
Last time we met, we told you the truth behind Jamaica's oil story. While headlines and blogs screamed, "Oil found in Jamaica," the truth was far less sensational. No oil had been discovered, yet. And despite viral claims and clickbait hype, drilling hadn't even begun. But something has changed. Behind the headlines, something real is taking shape beneath Jamaica's southern seabed. New investments, quiet moves, and one US president watching closely. This is the story they are not telling you. Trump wants Jamaica's oil.
Yes, sir.
The highest quality oil there is on the planet. And they only gave me a drop. So I'm not thrilled.
Jamaica rising as the oil capital of the Caribbean, Part 2. United Oil and Gas, a UK-based exploration company, has now spent over $39 million US, or more than $6 billion, over the past 10 years searching Jamaica's waters for one thing, black gold. Their target? The Walton Morant Block, a 22,000 square kilometer stretch of ocean off Jamaica's south coast. It could be hiding over 7 billion barrels of oil, according to internal estimates. The company's CEO calls it a world-class frontier opportunity, comparing it to the oil booms that transformed Guyana and Namibia. One prospect, Colibri, may contain 400 million barrels of oil. Another, nicknamed Thunderball, sits in the deeper Morant Basin, estimated to hold over 600 million barrels. There are 40-plus targets already identified. To drill the first well, United needs $50 million US. A steep price, yes, but for a prize this size, that's pocket change for a super major like Exxon or Shell. If you're tired of recycled headlines and want the real Caribbean stories with facts, not fluff, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and help us grow this community for the global Jamaican diaspora. Your support powers this mission. Segment 2, Why Trump is Watching Jamaica.
Oil prices will come down, and when oil prices come down, everything's going to be cheaper for the American people and actually for the world, but for the American people. So I'd like to see oil prices come down, and when the energy comes down, that's going to knock out a lot of the inflation. That's going to automatically bring the interest rates down.
You said that you would demand that the interest rates come down.
Well, I would put in a strong statement.
Do you expect the Fed to listen to you?
Yeah.
So why would Donald Trump care about Jamaica's offshore blocks? Because this isn't just about barrels. It's about power, proximity, and positioning. Guyana's oil boom reshaped regional politics. If Jamaica strikes oil next, it shifts Caribbean energy power westward, right near U.S. shores. Trump has long supported U.S. oil dominance. And with Chinese firms sniffing around Caribbean projects, a Jamaican oil discovery could become the next geopolitical flashpoint. Sources close to the energy sector suggest that several household name oil majors are already reviewing Jamaica's data. Could U.S. interest be mounting behind closed doors? Segment 3, the $1 million moment. Right now, United Oil is preparing for piston core sampling, retrieving seabed materials to test for hydrocarbon presence. This is Jamaica's last step before actual drilling. The company has secured a license extension until 2028. That gives...
So, after the vessel here, don't do what them a do. Them a go start drill the oil now. The vessel here is the final leg for them start drill the oil. And Darrell Vaz all know. Darrell Vaz no come to the Jamaican people them and give them no update about this. And this new update, just pop out of the blues. That means that Darrell Vaz and these people constant in a dialogue. Seeing? But Darrell Vaz keep secret from the Jamaican people. Him come out, but him would be the first to tell the Jamaican people. Remember, Darrell Vaz a thief. But because the Jamaican people them so die-hearted and foolful, they don't care about this. So when I have, boy man, go on listen still.
3 more years to drill, but everything hinges on this year's data. NEPA is reviewing their environmental application. If approved, tests will begin immediately, and within months, we could have conclusive evidence of oil. The science is there. The structure is sound. It's calculated.
So based on this next, whatever this vessel are coming out of the water come do, whenever this vessel done with them a do, a drill them a go start drill for the oil now. And I like them a look if it dead, you know. Them know it dead already. So when time this vessel left from there, or this vessel could not drill the oil and them a give false news too. Because this thing are doing not too much secret. You understand? So when them say this vessel are come do, I go actually the actual oil them a drill. And keep we the majority in the dark. And then no journalists and Darrell Vaz come tell you anything. Because these people don't truthful when it come to this oil. So any information Jamaican people get to factual, it have to come from outside of Jamaica. That is why journalists fight so hard to get control of the internet. So when time the information will come out, they can block it. Because I honestly believe say this oil development reach farther than when I'm tell we. Because Darrell Vaz hide it from me. Remember, and I like when we put it out the first time, and Darrell Vaz come and talk about lie, nothing no goes and this and that. Darrell Vaz did not tell lie. So from the first time Darrell even I go have a conversation pertaining to this oil, him start tell lie. From the first time Darrell Vaz I go open him mouth and talk about this oil fine in a Jamaica, him start it off with lie. Can't believe a guy like this, him is a liar. Him is a liar. But we'll listen some more of that thing here.
Calculated and methodical. Jamaica is underexplored, not unpromising. What if oil is found this year? If oil is found, 2025 could mark the start of Jamaica's biggest economic revolution since independence. The impact would be massive. Number 1, energy independence and cost savings.
These people too, them are hypocrite, These people are hypocrite because them not talk about what can go wrong. They not talk about the downside of this thing. They have to tell you about the upside, and I'm have to tell them about the downside, because to access this oil, it could because it can cost half of Jamaica for going to the sea. This oil, where these demons want so much, the Leviathan blood, where these demons want so much, it can cost the whole of Portmore, whole of Downtown for going on the water. And them not talk about this. Them only talk about the bright side, like this not have a downside to it. Like this not have a downside to it. Like everything about this thing is bright. Remember them that just know discover this isle. Them discover it from way back down in the days. And them say it's risky. They like them I say, them don't want to destroy an entire island for this. So them not just know about it.
Jamaica currently imports over 90% of its energy needs, relying heavily on foreign oil and gas. If significant reserves are found, the country could reduce reliance on expensive imports, cutting billions in expenditure, develop local refining and processing facilities, keeping wealth within the economy, stabilize fuel prices.
Remember, half them use and build Melissa, you know. That is why Andrew Jonas can come and talk about that other hurricane, because him get because them say, you know, the higher the monkey climber, more him exposed, you know. So the deeper Andrew Jonas go into corruption, and the more things revealed to him. That is why he can come out, come talk to Brian about that other hurricane. Because him knows that these people are using technology to create hurricane from long time. And Gilbert was a man-made hurricane too. And if I'm not going to say, when time Gilbert come, they never have this technology. I lie when I tell. If you don't want to know how long they have this technology, go and do some research on Operation Mongoose and all of these other ones. Go and do some research how long they have these devices. Can manipulate with the weather and cause place will flood out and destroy by water. And look how long these people have the technology can create earthquake. Ask yourself, if Port Royal destroyed by a natural disaster, are them deliberately destroy Port Royal? These are some questions for ask, because the people them we're telling you the history, and I can't trust them, you know. The people them won't allow if you're telling you the history, and you cannot trust these people. The people who not confide in her. The same people going to the curriculum. And how do you trust these people within the history? So like how you know that these devices exist. You have to start questioning things. What if? Because we saw them deal with Haiti. Because Haiti not get destroyed by now natural disaster, you know. Then deliberately do Haiti that for the people them give up and allow them to come take out them resources. So we have to question everything. And just imagine no Gilbert never come to Jamaica. Or no other storm never come to Jamaica after Gilbert. And no say Gilbert never come. You don't know Jamaica that look now, man. You don't know how much thing Gilbert destroying in Jamaica, man. Gilbert was sent to destroy the blueprint, you know. All of these man-made storm, you know, from Port Royal is come right now. Them use it for destroy the blueprint, you know. Because them want to lie in history, you know. So them have to destroy the evidence, you know, in order to can lie about history, you know. You don't have to question everything, as may I say.
Lowering electricity and transportation costs for citizens. Number 2. GDP growth and economic boom. Guyana's oil discovery in 2015 boosted GDP by over 60% in just 1 year. Jamaica could see similar explosive growth, benefiting infrastructure development, roads, ports, and energy grids upgraded using oil revenues. Job creation. Thousands of positions in engineering, refining, logistics.
And here is the Guyana citizens do very good, you know. I say them get good money for them pay. I say them live good because of them oil, but Puss and Dog now have the same luck. Because we have to deal with one set of drunker, you know. We all for themselves. See me I deal with? Remember we have one different set of drunker for deal with, you know. We all for themselves, so pussy and dog now have the same luck. But them not telling about the downside of this aisle. You can rise one morning and your house afloat on the water with you know. And normally when time these disasters come, they always come in at night, you know. When you least expect. You understand? You have to be careful of Andre, you know, because that prayer that we make about the crime when come against Uno. Remember the event not happened yet, you know. But he might ask forgiveness. You understand? The event he might beg forgiveness for, you know. He not happened yet, you know. But he might beg forgiveness in advance.
And support services. Foreign investment. Global oil majors could pour billions into Jamaican operations, stimulating the local economy. Number 3. Debt reduction and fiscal reform. Jamaica's national debt has been a long-standing issue. Oil revenues could help pay down government loans, freeing up funds for social programs, allow tax reforms, reducing burdens on businesses and individuals, support large-scale welfare initiatives, from healthcare improvements to affordable housing. Jamaica could position itself as the energy hub of the Caribbean, exporting oil and natural gas to neighboring nations, establishing trade deals with CARICOM nations, competing with Guyana, Trinidad, and Venezuela in oil exports, attracting refineries and...
On this island of Jamaica, you know, I just have a feeling, say, Donald Trump, the Chinese president, two of them all come together and just take this isle. Because even though you see Donald Trump go up on some social media platform and I rant against Chinese president, him and the man still a friend. But geopolitics enough to understand some things. Because me have a next video more and show before me going on the next one. Me hear a virgin say something. And me I look into it and I say, you know, I read it true because I never see this app before. I never see Donald Trump I try bad up King Jamon down a Korea. I never see Donald Trump bad up everybody, but me never see him pass in place with King Jamon. I never see it yet. If I never see it, you can correct me. But I never see a video with Donald Trump and make no type of shit or no type of chat like he want bad up King Jamon. I don't know. I want to hear what the Virginia say until me if I don't agree with him or I disagree. Listen to you, yeah.
Guys, do you know why the US, or what he does around the world, he cannot do that close to this guy? He does that, he blabs everywhere, but when it comes to this dude,
so the prayer,
he always
I pray in advance, man.
Of caution, with a lot of caution. Why? Because even before his late father died, they had read the handwriting on the wall. They knew and understood the times.
The continent or the island. I just talk leader overall, just the type of leader.
Russia and China, because they are sophisticated countries. I'm really insisting on North Korea
because and the citizens benefit from it. The way how them supposed to be. The leader of a big one, good leader.
Necessary precautions. That's why you see the United States can back all over the world, but when it comes to him, they don't talk to him anyhow. There's something I want to say. If there is a second country in this world that would drop a nuke on another country, it might probably be this guy, because this guy doesn't have time for, dragging. This guy, the way I see him, if you dare him, he's gonna drop it. And that brings me to say something.
When your friend big up yourself, I never see Trump about a local shot man yet. The local shot man is not normal, Yeah. This a local shot man is not a normal guy. Seeing? But me have a whole per content for share with Because me I go back to work, so I take them because I have 12-25 minutes after 12. I'm not stay long, The video gonna be my last thing for tonight. So I have the American go and show until and go and work. See? So listen what that guy, listen this.
Award me send the request, accept.
I want to hear what that Virginia say.
Howard, you not accept it, man. Howard.
13 million US. And then he come back again. Up in a Blue Mountain, one place where they call Honeywell.
Hold on, I want to hear what the Virginia say, you know. The Virginia say some things, you know. The Virginia say one whole heap of things. Let's see.
No, so, no, well, on the Jamaica, no. Is a labor writer speak like this about the administration we vote for? Who is this man, Jamaica? The labor rights, them fed up of who them put into govern, you know.
Listen this.
Jamaica, listen to how this labor writer expose in government. Daryl Vaza, Andrew Olin. These colorful words are not mine. I don't condone and I don't support. But when the labor rights them attack them one another, we have to stay on the sideline and watch them burn. What a sad state of affairs. Listen to the labor rights how them attack them one another.
Batty man, you and Batty boy are Daryl Vaza. Go suck on a mama and dead man Mackenzie. That me I telling you right now. Go suck on a mama. Jai, Batty man. When you insure the whole of blood clot Jamaica people them and collect insurance money and people here don't know. Pussy, Batty and Jewel tell the people them say you have over $10 trillion for help Jamaica people, you know, help the blood clot people them.
Charging.
The people them. America, China, Japan, the people them who help Andrew Holness, him a thief the money. Him a thief all of the money. We don't need to come.
Charging.
Jamaica people them cause we are going to kill him blood clot.
Charging.
Them your views, they are not the views of the Dre Bryan show, you know. These are the labor rights.
The
Prime Minister and Daryl Vaz. I wonder if you don't hear what me are telling you, Jamaica. These views are not the views of Dre Bryan. You know, soon here, so then go dig him up and find him, you know, because we know how this administration works.
Last time I showed you one look at Hungry Belly one. I'd say 3 days I do fasting for and come out a ball. Now, this I want to know, I say, what you want to do to labor right, in labor right boss? I don't know. Yeah, man, I want to do it.
You know hear how the Labour Party, this a supporter ya come out and a bash Daryl Vaza and Andrew Holness in prime. Me glad this not coming from the PNP camp, you know, because you like hear say the PNP them this and the PNP. This is a Labour writer come out and a class Andrew and class. You what the man say Andrew have over $10 trillion when collecting donations. And I withhold it from the people. Jamaica. This is terrible, you know. Little miss, you know, see how the labor rights them are come out and I go against Andrew Holness. Eh? Jamaica.
Charging.
I wanted a Chinese something here. Me put you for charge. Stay. You know if you make the world know say you are charge, lady. Yes.
Charging.
You know what? Anyway, Jamaica. Colleen say hungry I kill them.
Hungry I kill them, yeah.
Jamaica, me say it is a joy to sit back and watch the Jamaica Labour Party a crumble. Yesterday I hear say them keep area council tree meeting. If you hear them up there in a Clarendon. One what they have to go do because they realize it's 11/11. And the local government election, this no can sit down the Clarendon people are go no a shock out no life. Clarendon people is going to give you all a shock. I'm asking everybody listening, the 230 uno. Tap up the screen little for me now. I can't believe so many of you come over here, come pitch. And the live stuck at 30,000. Please to tap up the I want to entertain no labor rights over here, you know. But I want the labor rights them to come and listen to yourself and how no sound. Listen to yourself and how no sound labor rights. This not sound good. What could have caused this? What could have caused this away and great? Me say the man come out in a green Jamaica Labour Party shirt. And the man a class Daryl Vaz and a class Andrew Holness. The man said the amount of money Andrew collect over 10 trillion. And the same thing is the Labour Party supporter. Eh? It's a Jamaica Labour Party support. The man come out in him green.
You know what they look a blood clot mad girl named Currency. I'm singing song Pretty Labour Party. Wagwan. The supporters them are dead for hungry. And that a go on.
The man say ma call upon the United States and the whole world to come for Andrew before they analyze him down here. 10 trillion.
And the thing about this, you know, some of them, you know, why they don't come out it and start ball of pride, you know. But remember, if you have too much pride, you go dead, you know. I want to see some more of them start come out, come ball. Some of them have tried tough it out. Remember, see how long they can hold it, you know. That woman, a girl, this one play last night, she has said a 3 days she going to fasting for, you know. So she's a fully blown Christian now, you know. So I'm watch and see what go on with them now.
Them say Andrew Kalek. And up to now, we don't see what Andrew do with the money. Westmoreland and Hanover, St. Elizabeth still in darkness. Jamaica, this not look good, you know?
None at all.
This not look good. Mr. The man put on in Jamaica Labour Party green shirt and come out and tell Andrew what time it is. Jamaica people, only not hear how the man a class and a bring down his own party. Where the Labour rights them that this morning fi come and address this matter. Listen to the man, Jamaica people, how the man come out and a angle. In Prime Minister and angle Daryl Vaz. This not safe, Jamaica people. This not safe none at all. Yeah.
Batty man, you and Batty boy are Daryl Vaz. Go suck on a mama and dead man Mackenzie. That me a telling you right now. Go suck on a mama. Jai, Batty man. Wanna insure the whole of blood clot Jamaica people them. And collect insurance money and people here don't know. Pussy, Batty and Jules, tell the people them say you have over $10 trillion for Jamaica people, you know, the blood clot people them. Yeah, pay police to kill all the people them. America, China, Japan, the people them who help Andrew Holness, him a thief the money. Him a thief all of the money. We don't need to come down to Jamaica, come help Jamaica people them, because we are going to kill him blood clot.
This is the lyric right, you know.
Jamaica people.
Them are mad out.
Yes.
Valiant.
And this we happen. I love when the Labour rights them see the light. I love when the Labour rights them see the light.
Another light. For the another light then say. A hungry and a light then say.
This country.
A hungry.
If the lights not expire next year, the hurricane blow.
Hold on. I'm hungry.
Right? And within that company.
Boy, man, I tell you. I can't play something more. Let me play something more. Let me play something more. Hold on. I'm going to play something more. I want to know for hear what Aboriginal say. See, as to this, what Aboriginal say, why am I come out come say this? It's because Andrew Holness already have some people in a needs. So he want to get enroll some more people in a needs. That is why I'm say people who depend part and people who depend this and depend that, them not qualify for money. No, them want to get some more people in a needs because them already have some people in a needs already. So the people them who depend part, them already have for them information already, you know. So them want to get in some more. I want to listen to the conversation here and tell me how you want to think about what I say. If you want to see it the same way, like how me I pray it. Listen to this.
Working, paying taxes and all of that, you can't register them if they're working certain amount of money. People who are getting pension, you can't register them. People who are getting PATH, you cannot register them. Once you put the TRN or the NIS number in the system, it will reject them. And people who had gotten benefits under the Ministry of Finance program that went on some time ago, remember that program? Online thing? The CARE. thing, right? And the river, right? So, but the system will tell you whether this one qualify or not when you put in the TRN and the NIS numbers, right?
And people never expect it after them do so well, giving out things, zinc.
People get, listen, this is a strategy to get some more people on board with NIDS. So them have a portion of people in NIDS already, but not enough. Enough, so they want to get in some more. So them refuse people who them have already. So only fresh people information them want. Only fresh people information them want. But the people in so blood clot girl, bro. Anyway, go and listen some more of this.
When them finish, him lose a lot of seats. I think him only win about 8 seats. So what I tell you, if you don't manage a disaster properly, it can make you lose.
It can make you lose the election. Remember, Andrew wants to lose the election from the 3rd of September, So what kind of lose again we not talk about? Him don't lose it from the 3rd of September. But I feel like I'm going to play something for now. I might be. This is my last video for tonight because I go back to work, So this is my last video until look more from now because I have 12:37. Saying? So I hope this one empower everybody who watch me tonight. Beverly, you check in. Big up yourself. Listen this.
People hate everything about slavery except Christianity.
People hate everything about slavery apart from Christianity. People denounce everything about slavery apart from Christianity. Some people can't believe say Christianity was one of the weapons them used for control their mind. So they not rebel. Christianity. Anyway, take a look on the screen. Take a look on the screen. So when you look on yourself, just know some Mr. Chin and them bleaching cream, I go stay in a shop. Just look on this and just tell yourself, say, yo, I'm going to dash my bleaching cream out of my house because where them eat we far, enemy gun, oh no more. Where them eat we far, I don't know them eat we far, melanin. I don't know them eat we far, melanin. So these people, these people, let me get back a little notch. Let me get back a little notch. These people build their heaven on our land and tell the pastors if you tell we say our land in the sky. Them build their heaven on our land, and tell the pastors if you tell the people them say for them land in the sky. What rubbish.
Slavery except Christianity.
They know that this is God, chosen people, and this is their land. And 144,000 has already been awakened, regaining the memories, and soon to have their powers. When this solar flash...
Wanna watch the Animatrix? Tell me so I watch the Animatrix. Because only if you wanna watch the Animatrix, this way, this part of the clip, on the overs. Because we're not under no stand, the overs. See? So if you don't watch the Animatrix, I guarantee you say you don't understand this part. So let's continue.
The cabal won't know what to do with them. These are the first fruit. The 144,000 is sealed and awake. I don't think the cabal understand what this means. The chosen ones are already awoke and gaining all of their memories. This mean bad business for them. They know what's coming. Just picture this. 144,000 black people with superpower godlike abilities. Me and Putin try to warn them we're dealing with something we don't quite understand. They are ancient gods, primordial. They know that this is God, chosen people, and this is their land. and 144,000 has already been awakened, regaining the memories, and soon to have their powers. When this solar flash hit the cabal, won't know what to do with them.
What I'm saying, regain remember, though. That is why I tell you that school can't teach you nothing with help you. School not teach you nothing with help you, you know. School only program if you become a slave in the matrix, you know. School not teach you nothing for help you. Even school is part of the matrix, you know. The school system is part of the the school and the church play the biggest role of the matrix, you know. Because what the school do not allow you to do free thinking. The school, when you go to school, you get program with different subject. Just like how you're sitting in your sitting room and watch a TV, you get program with a different TV program. And the same program go on, you know. In the school, in the church, on your TV, at the same programming. So, what them claims that they want to teach you, you know, and I say it work, you know, because I just forget, you know. I want to forget, you know. Why we forget? Because with this chalk, and I focus on wrong something. So I remember, you know, even some little small thing, they must say, you concentrate, man, you have to concentrate. If you don't concentrate, you can't do it. A similar thing, you know. One time you not get distracted by these things, but the matrix have to offer. You will figure it out. It will come to you. Because you only forget, you know. You only remember the information in your DNA, you know. That is why you see all these different type of disease exist. Because them been a member disease, you know, mucus, you know. You understand? Every disease caused by mucus, you know. Saying that is why them have all of these disease exist. And then build all of these remedy. Because the information there in your blood. The information there in your blood. So them can't get it out of you. The only thing you need to do is just remember. The professor can't tell you nothing, you know. Because him did program for program you, you know. The teacher can't tell you nothing because she did program for program you. Because the institution where she go through the curriculum and the teachment which them get. Now somebody idea, man. So now see them program them for program, you know. It's all a program, everything in them, all a program. Like the TV program. It is the matrix. Watch the animatrix. And your overs.
These are the first fruit. The 144,000 is sealed and awake. I don't think the cabal understand what this means. The chosen ones are already awoke and...
I'm like the comment there in the LRI. School is like prison. Are the same thing. The lunchroom in a school and the lunchroom in a prison. It's set up the said way. This are the same thing them. There's no difference between school and prison. Same type of rule. Come them imply upon you in a prison, the same rule them imply upon you in a school. It's none different. But they're right. A lot of people, Black Beauty I deal with, a lot of people, them now go overs because they have a shallow brain. And them understand, and common sense and critical thinking. Everybody have critical thinking and everybody have common sense. And everybody can do critical thinking. And you understand? Some people only can just work off of second-hand information. You understand? Go and listen to some more of the things still.
Gaining all of their memories. This mean bad business for them. They know what's coming. Just picture this. 144,000 black people with superpower godlike abilities. Me and Putin try to warn them we're dealing with something we don't quite understand. They are ancient gods, primordial. They know that this is God.
If you see the ancient god of Vietnamese, he's black. The ancient god of Hawaiians, he's black. The ancient god of the Indians, Vishnu, is black. The ancient god of Chinese, Buddha, is black. Are these Africans? No, European will tell you this is parallel development. And we sit around and accept this because he wants to develop his concept of white supremacy. And if he wasn't there first, then it didn't happen. You have pyramids in Egypt. You have pyramids in West Africa. And you have pyramids in Central America. You have those great big thick-lipped, big-nosed megaliths in the Ivory Coast, and you have them in the Olmec civilization here. But did they cross the ocean? No, because you know Columbus discovered America. So, you know, if everything around the equatorial belt is black and black culture and tropical people, why? How can we possibly believe that they went all the way up through Siberia and then dispersed? What is the purpose of such a stupid interpretation of the dissemination of humanity? That is how deep.
It's all a distraction, you know, you don't need it, you know, really. You know, important to you, none at all.
What do you see? Little black
most of the
people
things
here, little black
them
people
teaching
here,
the school
little black
system.
people here, little black people. But did they go that way? Because they want to say the European was the first person to cross the Atlantic Ocean, right? Now, how difficult is it to get across the Atlantic Ocean? Well, maybe they didn't just come through the Bering Strait. Maybe they went across the Indian Ocean, which is twice as wide as the Atlantic, or the Pacific, which is 3 times as wide as the Atlantic, rather than say...
Remember, you know, the people them gonna look like we, you know, them entire life is a lie. The entire existence is a lie. But Miles are telling us that the last video I'm going to play them, I'm go in. But I think that this is the last one I should play. 2 more, I play them, I go home. Then me close off. 2 more or 3. The first one. Listen this.
And your oldness, this is a warning for you. And to the entire Caribbean, this is a warning for you. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Every Caribbean island that have sell out Maduro, Venezuela, and una send for the president of Venezuela. I tell you no, una have a next thing coming. Because from them do one, them shall do all. And this is a message me I make sure tell you no. Since as nobody now go tell you no, let me tell you no. If a man hurt a finger upon your finger, he will come back for the next 9 finger. And Andrew, don't be a puppet.
No, Andrew is a puppet. Sorry to say, Andrew is a puppet. Listen this.
So Andrew won this 6 letters. We spent $10 million for right to say welcome to Negril. We know Negril long time. But the boy you don't used to nothing. And since you turned prime minister, you never know say the same thing. Look there, what? Put it. For what? For what? And poor people are dead. Poor people hungry. 6 letters. They say welcome to Negril.
6 letters. They say welcome to Negril. Saying, and him invest so much money, put up camera for watch the letter. Him install camera for watch his sign. Waste some money for watch and sign.
Just Negril.
Waste some money for watch and sign.
Big up Jamaica. Pray Jamaica, pray.
I wish I press the top.
So, after all that happened, Black Beauty, Delroy, after all that happened, the inorganic one, I look help from our spirituality. I want to listen to this lady here. Tell me what you think. This is serious.
This one, I want you guys to push out globally because I need to talk to our allies around the world. Those allies that know it is not we the people who have broken with you. It is the cancer that has invaded us. We the people are calling on our allies to do this. You can do this to help us. Those of you who pray, your spirituality, you woo-woo, whatever it is, call on whatever it is, that collective energy. and send it to our military and our National Guard right now. Because if you don't understand American politics, what has happened is ICE has been doing what you've seen. Governor Walz has activated the National Guard to come in to protect the people from ICE. Donald Trump and Stephen Miller have said that's an act of insurrection, which means they're about to send our military into Minnesota. So our military will be facing off with our National Guard and local police agencies. I need you to send the energy of the world for good to conquer evil, for our military and our National Guardsmen to make the right decision. Are they going to side with the people and the Constitution and human decency? Or are they going to side with ICE and Donald Trump? So please, push this out to everybody you know on every platform, or make your own videos, but call for the people around the world. We can come together and pray, send energy, send love, whatever it is that you do. Because I have to believe that still means something. Go love your neighbor.
Digital blocks. This is where I say so long to our next show, you know. Una hear this? Una hear this? Babylon, your kingdom is falling. I was singing Caperton. Big up on yourself, you know. Big up on yourself. Big up everybody who come check in. Until look more from now. My free paper bun, so I can't still get like the rest of the night then because I go back to work now. You see me? So this is where I say so long to our next show. On the year what she say, she call upon spiritual people around the world to pray for the military or whatever. I say, remember, you know, enough things we see America do around the world. And whenever see the citizens them come together and condemn the government for do some things with them do to different people around the world. Whenever see the citizens them come together and condemn them government about a lot of stuff with them do outside of America. So, in this matrix, in this revelation time, you see, every tub's down on their own bottom, no so? So my blood and fire come with them there. We have 4 fish fry in Jamaica. 4 fish I want sprat, you know. But in the pan chicken pill, so I take enough oil. But we have to fry him. Look more.
March, going to come under some pressure. You're going to hear all kinds of propaganda. You're going to hear all kinds of lies and deception. There will be tactics used to try and buy you out. There will be tactics used to try and frighten you away. And I only have to say one thing to you tonight, comrades. We are blood and fire comrades, and we're marching on to progress. And we will stand firm. We will not be bought because we are not for sale.